welcome to another pre-recorded full class. Today's class is gonna be on bopping. And before we start with the dance moves, I wanna introduce a little bit on the history. The bop is an American dance from the 1950s. It derivates from the jitterbox and the East Coast swing. The term bopping comes from bop. And bop comes from the term bebop, which refers to jazzy tunes from the 1940s, where the musicians will usually freestyle and it was really hard to dance. Barely anybody could figure out how to dance. So the natural thing people will do is just stomp on the floor. So in resume, it's a black origin dance to rockabilly music. Sometimes whenever we look at rock history, we've seen black people almost deleted from it. But if we go back to the dances, the music, the origins, it always comes out as black American. And we have to have that very in mind. And the reason why we relate it to a very racist scene or a group of people like rednecks or hillbillies is because they took over and they basically erased black people from it. We have to acknowledge, recognize, and visualize that this music has a black origin. There is different terminology in modern days that also refer to bopping as a dance. For example, there is an 80s dance called the bop, which has nothing to do with rockabilly. If you go to a rockabilly night, there's 3 types of music that you will hear in that night: rockabilly, rock and roll, and blues. The rule is that you do the stroll to blues, you jive to rock and roll, and you bop to rockabilly. And of course you can do whatever you want, but the proper rule and the proper dancing goes like that. And how do you know if a song is supposed to be a bopping or not? Number one, you're gonna see people starting to bop because most people who go to those nights, they recognize it. And if you're not really sure, try to get a taste on the song, on how the song feels, what the song is telling you. It's a little bit more on the swing side because if it has saxophone, it goes a little bit more on the swing side. It's more of a rock and roll song. But if it goes down the road to that countryside, hillbilly sound, it's going down the rockabilly sound. That's why rockabilly is called rockabilly, because it comes from hillbilly. Basically is hillbilly rock. Now the dancing expression, like I said in the before, comes most likely from jazz dancing, tap dancing, and even 40s Charleston. So the form of dance is very freestyle. It's not well established. You basically create your own style with the only component that you need to be bopping on the floor, which is doing that hit on the floor that we're about to learn. Okay, we're gonna keep most of our attention in our feet. The first move that we're gonna see, it's a side to side, side to side, side to side. Land with your heels. You're not landing flat, you're landing with your heels first. Most of my weight is either on my heels or my toes at the time. Pay attention, please. Like this. The goal in here is that instead of going side to side, we keep it steady over here. This is our first bop. Small. We're gonna go 2 sides to each side. Side to side, side to side. Land with your heel first, okay? It's like imagine you're dancing to country music. Try to channel that hillbilly inside of you. And you go side, 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 side. We're gonna do doubles just so you see how it looks. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In each step, I'm bouncing a little. But my feet are not leaving the ground. I'm not jumping. I am bouncing. There's this constant bounce going on my knees. From here, we're gonna go side, 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 side. Hit with your heels first. Now, whenever you start to feel a little more confident, you're gonna start bopping in a steady place. And this is your first bop. This is more about the attitude that you dance it with. You can dance this just like this for reggae, or you can do it in a bopping style. Seriously, it's all about the attitude that you decide to dance it with. Next one is, you can just bop to the front. See, on the other one I'm bopping side to side. Next one I'm bopping front like this, with my heel first. Again, just this. My heel first, and there's constant bounce on my knees. But I'm going front this time. Do it with me. Okay, from this little kick over here, we're gonna start kicking it a little bit higher. And this is gonna be our other form of bopping, in case you wanna keep it higher. Now I'm kind of like running. Like this. To the front. Heel first. And it's not the same one as this one. This one is your basic. From here you can play around and go 2 times. Or just play around with it. Or you do high kick to the front. Those are gonna be your basics for bopping. This one and this one, basically. And if you don't wanna do it too high, you can keep it small. We're gonna practice our 2 basics.
Little girl with a curly brow. She's so fine that gets me out. I love that girl with a long line. She's real gone, she's out of sight. Well, my bebop gal, rockin' my world, little bebop gal. She got long hair and ruby red lips. The style is clear, it'll make you flip. A sexy voice and a pretty smile. Man, I'd walk for a country mile. Oh, the bebop gal, rockin' my world, little bebop gal. Well, it's a bebop gal with a cool pet. She drives me wild, I'll get her yet. She's so sweet, my one time. Ooh, my heart's on fire. Oh, my bebop gal, you're rocking my world, little bebop gal. All right, go get her. Well, now years have passed and we are one. Our love is fresh, we just begun. It's very plain we were meant to be. We will love for eternity. I got my bebop gal, you're rocking my world, little bebop gal. My bebop gal, you're rocking my world, little bebop gal.
So I don't want you to dance like a robot and do exactly what I do. I want you to find your own style. From this, which is your basics, which you can take a super high knee over here, or you can take it to the front. Front, sides. Feel me? Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of variant, so you have a little bit more things to do. This variant is very jazzy, comes from jazz. I use it for ska as well. I do tutorials on ska before, but it's more exaggerated whenever I do it in bopping, and I kick the floor harder. You're gonna start with your leg to the back, forming a 4. As you kick out, you jump to the back, and you jump in. Number 4 again. Kick out, but at the same time that you kick out, you jump back, and you jump front. Once again. Kick, jump back, jump front. Number 4. Kick, jump back, and fall. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna do it on the other side. Not even worrying about completing the move, we're just doing this jump. Because this is the hardest part, to tell your brain to do these specific things at the same time. It took me a while. And again, I jump out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't do that through the whole song. You just do it in little breaks. Okay? Solo parts when the song becomes very hillbilly and just aggressive. Once again. Number 4. Kick. And jump to the front. Kick. Front. Kick. Front. Kick. Front. That's gonna be your first breakdown. Your second one is gonna be you stay in one leg. You're moving your heel in and out like this. Most of your body weight is on your toes. You're going like this with this leg, and the other one is kicking around, playing around. If you wanna do little kicks on the back, but this is gonna be your basic. This leg going like this. Or the other one, of course. And the other one just doing its own thing. With this one, you can keep it over here, kick, and this kick is helping you turn like this. Most of your body weight is on your toes, but keep your heel close for movement and for support, okay? You're supposed to stomp on the floor, but I don't want to bother my neighbors. From this leg, like this. And you go back to your basic. You're gonna have to come up with your own style. I wanna see you trying this on an Instagram story. Tag me, please. That's gonna be your challenge for this class. To try all the things that you learn in an Instagram story and add a little bit of your own style. We're gonna do some more dancing. That has been your introduction, but I wanna add more dancing and bopping. So for now, let's practice it all together. Take this time to you practice by yourself. Internalize it with me. You don't have to follow exactly what I do, especially if it's frustrating you. Just keep the main thing that I'm doing. I'm gonna be very repetitive, so you have time to catch up. And also see what I'm doing and internalize not just the moves, but the attitude. Really stop and feel the song.
Now, darling, she loved me, and I know she loved me so. Her to the whiskey stood there in the corner where the lights were low and dim. Then and there is when my baby learned to do the swim. Oh, darling, darling, tell me what you gonna do. You know that rock and roll music sure has got a hold on. She went on, got some records, and she played them all night long. Learned to swim through every single little tone. From Fresco to the Congo by the Bay. And now when Darlene does swim, they carry both away. Oh, Darlene, Darlene, tell me what you gonna do. That rock and roll music sure has got a hold on you. Oh, yeah, every night she's swimming out right up there on the stage. Let me tell you, sweet darling, is now the latest craze. When the band is playing, boy, she really knocks some days. People have to stop and put their eyes back in their head. Oh, darling, darling, oh, tell me what you gonna do. You know that rock and roll music sure has got a hold on you. Oh, that famous Carson's gone to your head. Yeah, look at us swimming down in the stage. Talk to me, baby. Oh, you know what I mean. You're doing so much swimming, I'm learning to be a lifeguard. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to bring you back to shore.
So whenever you're gonna start to feel more comfortable with it, you don't have to be all like this all the time. What I like doing is I like hitting my heel every time I jump. like this. And I'm not gonna go into specifics of that because I want you to find your own style. I want you to find how you express better this music. So if you like this, all that I'm doing is, as I go front, which is the small bopping to the front, instead of just stepping with my heel, I bump it like this and go back. Bump it and go back. Small. I just bump it. The only thing variation that I'm doing, but it's this movement. If you feel it too hard to do your heel, keep doing this. It will come to you, trust me. Especially whenever you let go of your ego. We're gonna go with the next song practice. Remember, I'm gonna be dancing, but do your own thing. I'm gonna stay with the basics for a little bit, try to catch up, but do not try to do exactly what I'm doing because that's gonna intervene with your dancing and with your expression. I really want you to try to let go of the ego telling you can do something and just fully enjoy it. If you need to look at me for ideas or guide, look at it, but most of all, this is a free style of dance. You cannot learn this if you're trying to do it exactly as somebody else. And also it's gonna frustrate you. We're gonna go with the next song.
Hey, cat, have you seen Mabel? She's 4 foot tall and she's wide as a table. She got a coupe bill that's shiny black. Man, I'd like to get that chick back. Bopping around, have you seen me rocking around? Have you seen me bopping around? I was a man, but now she put me down. I've got a great big heart full of romance. I got a bone in my leg and I don't dance. But that neighbor is a bopping fool. She got her a cat from the dancing school. Have you seen me bopping around? Have you seen me rocking around? Have you seen me bopping around? I was a man, but now she put me down. She's sweet like Mabel, that ain't all. She's a two-ton hon that's on the ball. Have you seen Mabel hopping around? Have you seen Mabel rocking around? Have you seen Mabel hopping around? I was a man, but now she put me down. I had 2 chicks, old as one. I made time for about 2 months. They found out from some snoop that both of my chickens doesn't blue to do that. Have you seen me hopping around? Have you seen me hopping around? Have you seen me rocking around? I was a man, but now she put me down. And the jungle so deep and it's got no name. The red white hunter went looking for game. Jungle went wild with the victory hut. That's the red white hunter rip. The king of the jungle was flying line with a lizard shaking ladies in the night. The elephant hid behind the tree. It was drunk so tight, expected to see. She had the program running on top. The whole darn jungle was getting the blue. When I had the top of a coconut tree, a monkey cried out, man, look at me. With a jump in the air, he began to sell. And swung from the bottom of the little tail. Playing that monkey had no bear, and the great white hunter began to cheer. pay to see him every time of day. On the hour, folks gather around and watch that monkey really go to town. Do you listen? You might see fun time, but that monkey's really don't mind. You never hear much for the jungle stripe, ain't much of a pearl. Let's say, Lord, there's fresh bananas in a silver pail, and a monkey wife will hang by herself. But still, what he loves best of all is doing his dance monkey phone call. Take that crazy monkey, go monkey go. 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 Go monkey go. Go monkey go. Go monkey go. Go!
Okay, last song. Remember, there's no rules, just bop in the floor and really internalize those feelings. I want to come with more complex moves, but for now I want to overwhelm you. I feel like this is good for starters, and sometimes you see me freestyle a little bit because I get a little bit too excited on the music, but go in your own pace, keep doing your own thing. So
Green dog. She's by herself. Where you go, but you never when you live. To the Asian, try to learn.
okay everyone, that has been all for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please tag me if you do the challenge. I will leave attached a playlist for this class. I have a lot of boppers that you can just practice at home, and I have a playlist called Bopping with Aniva, which is shared on Patreon, but I will post it right here in the description of this video so you have more access to it. I will see you next time, and keep on bopping!